Hey, seventh grade. So today we are going to actually work out some math with the angle pairs here. And so it's going to be important that we can identify what kind of angles we're dealing with. So the very first thing that we want to do is identify what kind of relationship these two angles have. And so since this is a straight line, we know that these two angles are supplementary. And supplementary angles add up to be 180 because a straight angle is 180 degrees. So that means that this angle plus this angle equals 180. And yes, I'm gonna insist that you write out the actual equation because next week or so it's going to be uglier. It's going to be like 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 7. That's going to be your stuff. And so obviously right here we can just be like 180 minus 75 is totally the answer. And it is, but it's important for us to have the foundation of setting up the equation, even though it's a very simple equation. So to remind us how we do this, we're going to subtract 75 from both sides, and we get x is 105. So since this angle is x, that means that this angle is 105 degrees. Easy peasy, right? Great. I'm really glad you agree. So here's the next one. I guess I have to adjust my camera. There we go. And there we go. All right. So looking at these two, this block right here indicates that this is a 90-degree angle. And 90-degree angles are just like any corner, right? Oh, wait. That looks like an M. It's because it is an M. Alrighty. So a couple weeks away from my whiteboard and my handwriting turns into absolute crap. Not that it was great to begin with, but there you go. All right, so these are complementary angles, and we know about complementary angles that there are two angles, when added together, they make a 90-degree angle. And so that means that their sum, the addition, is equal to 90 degrees. And again, we are going to subtract 26 from both sides, and we'll get x equals, what is it, 64? Yeah, it's 64. So this is a 64-degree angle because this whole angle up here is x. All right, easy peasy, complementary angles, right? When they add up to 90 or when they make a right angle, then they add up to 90. All right, last one. Oh, goodness. There we go. Let me just rearrange this. There we go. And x is still mostly the same. All right. So these angles are vertical angles because they're across from each other in an intersection of two lines. So these two angles are what we call congruent. And congruent is just a fancy math word for the exact same size. And then these two angles over here, those are also congruent. So these two are the same size and those two are the same size. All right, so looking at this, that means that 32 congruent means equal to, right? So equals x. Huh. No work to be done there. It's pretty much straightforward. All right, well, just for fun, let's go ahead and make this one, I don't know, y, 2y plus 3, and we'll make this one, well, I mean, if that's 32, then this has to be, what? Dang, wish I could think. 148. Okay? Does that sound right? Yeah, because 2 more makes 50. Yep, this is good. So let's find the value of y now. We know that this angle is also 148. So let's erase this over here so we have some space to work. And let's say that 2y plus 3 is equal to 148. Get our line in there. All the single numbers, they got to go first. And we moved it. Now, I did something great here. Do you see what it is? I made this an even number and this one not. So, yeah, we'll divide it by the number touching x, or in this case, y, anyway. And we'll get y equals 72 and a half. Right? Yeah, because half of 140 and then half of 5. There we go. So does that mean that this whole angle over here is 72 and a half? Definitely not. It means that this number right here is 72 and a half. So 2 times 72 and a half is 145, plus 3 is 148, which is the same as the angle across from it. So this is what we're really going to be getting into soon. And I don't remember if there's any like this on your exercise paper today, but just so you know where we're going, this is what it's going to be looking like. It might be something as simple as this. It might be just a little bit more involved. Either way, you'll be ready for it. If you have any questions, please make sure that you email me, and have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.